vessel with no doubt some noble creature on her, dashed all to pieces. Oh, the cry did knock against my very heart. These poor souls, they perished. If I were God of any power, I would have sunk the sea within the earth, or ere it should, a good ship so swallowed, and frauding souls within her.
Be collected, no more amazement, no harm. For I have done nothing but in care of thee, my daughter, who art so ignorant of what thou art, not knowing of whence that I am, nor that I am more better than Prospero, master of a full poor cell, and thy no greater father.
More to know did never meddle with my thoughts.
'Tis time I should inform thee further. Lie there, my art, wipe thou thine eyes, and lend thy hand and pluck thy magic garment from me. Canst thou remember a time before we came into the cell? I think thou canst not, for thou was not out 3 years old.
'Tis far off, and rather like a dream than an assurance that my remembrance warrants. Had I not 4 or 5 women that once tended to me?
Thou hadst, and more, Miranda. 12 years since. 12 years since thy father was the Duke of Milan and a prince of power.
Sir, are not you my father?
Thy mother was a piece of virtue, and she said thou wast my daughter. And thy father was the Duke of Milan, and his only heir and princess no worse issued.
Oh, what foul play had we that we came from thence, or blessed was it we did?
My brother and thy uncle, called Antonio. I pray thee, mark me, that he made such a sinner of his memory, to credit his own lie, he did believe he was indeed the Duke. Dost thou hear?
Good sir, I do.
This king of Now, the condition. This king of Naples, being an enemy to me and bitters, hearkens my brother's suit, that he should presently extirpate me and mine out of the dukedom, and confer fair Milan with all the honours upon my brothers. I, thus neglecting worldly ends, all dedicated to closeness and the bettering of my minds. My false brother, that he, having into truth by telling of it, made such a sinner of his memory, to credit his own lie, he did believe he was indeed the Duke, with all prerogative. Dost thou hear?
Sir, most heedfully.
Now, hear a little further. And few they hurried us aboard a bark, bore some leaks to the sea, where they prepared a rotten carcass of a boat. No tackle, no sail, no mast. The very rats instinctively acquit it.
Alack, for pity, not remembering how I cried over it then, will I cry over it again?
Hear a little further. Sit still and hear the last of our sea sorrow. I hear have thy schoolmaster made thee more profit than other princes can.
Alack, what trouble was I then to you?
Oh, cherubin, thou didst preserve me. Thou didst smile infused with a fortitude from heaven, when I did deck the sea with drops full of salt against what should ensue.
How came we ashore?
Well, by providence divine. Some fresh food we had, some fresh water, and by a noble Neapolitan, Gonzalo, out of his charity did give us so of his gentleness.
Would I might but ever see that man? Here
hath mine enemies brought but to this shore by my presence. And here cease all questions, for which inclined to sleep. Come away, spirits, come! I am ready now, Ariel, come!
All hail, great master! Grave sir, hail!
Hast thou performed to point the tempest that I bade thee?
To the article. I boarded the king's ship, now in the beak, now in the waist, the deck. In every cabin I flamed amazement. Jove's lightning, the precursus of the dreadful thunderclaps, more momentary in sight, foreseeing or not. The fires and cracks, all the sulphur is roaring. The most mighty Neptune seemed to besiege and make his bold waves tremble. Yea, his tread trident shake.
Why, that's my spirit. But who is so firm, so constant that this would not infect his reason?
Not a soul, but felt a favor of the mad and played some tricks of desperation. The king's son, Ferdinand, whose hair, then like reeds, not hair, was the first that leaped, cried, "Hell is empty and all the devils are here."
And of the king's ship, the mariners, how hast thou disposed of them?
Ah, the king's ship, in the deep nook, there she's hid. The mariners all under hatches stowed, who, with a charm joined to their several ladies.
Envy was grown into a hoop? Hast thou forgot her?
No, sir.
This blue-eyed hag was hither brought with child, and was here left by thy sailors. And you did report thou wast her servant, and was a spirit too soft and to uphold her earthly and abhorred commands. And she did confine thee in her most immitigable rage into a cloven pine, within which rift she within which rift she died. Thou didst painfully remain a dozen years. Thy groans did make wolves howl and penetrate the breasts of ever angry bears. It was in mine art when I had made gape the pine and let thee out.
And I thank thee, master.
If thou more murmurest, I will rend an oak and peg thee in its naughtiest entrails.
Pardon, master, I will be correspondent to command and do my spriting gently.
Good. And after 2 days I will discharge thee.
That's my master. What shall I do? Say what? What shall I do?
Go make thyself a nymph o' the sea, invisible to every sight, thine or mine. Go hence with diligence. Awake, dear heart, awake. Thou hast slept well.
The strangeness of your story put a heaviness in me.
Come on, shake it off. We must go visit my slave, Caliban, who never yields us a kind answer.
'Tis a villain, sir, I do not love to look on.
But as 'tis, we cannot miss him. He collects our wood, builds our fires, and serves in offices that profit us. Come forth, slave, come forth!
There's one enough within.
My slave was brought by the devil himself. Come forth!
As wicked do, as ere my mother brushed, with raven's feather from an wholesome fed, drop on you both, a southwest blow, on you and blister you all over.
For this, be sure tonight thou shalt have cramps, side stitches that shall pent up thy breath. Thou shalt be pinched as thick as honeycomb, each pinch more stinging than bees that made 'em.
I must eat my dinner, this eyes and limbs mine by Sycorax, my mother, when thou camest first, which thou takest from me, and wouldst give me water with berries in it, and teach me how to name the bigger light and how the less that shine by day and night. And then I love thee, it showed thee all the qualities of this island. Cursed be that I did, so for here you sty me in this hard rock, while you keep this me from the rest of this island.
Thou most slyest slave! I've used thee, filth as thou art, with humane care, and lodged thee in mine own cell, until—
A barred slave! Took pains to make thee speak, taught thee each hour, one thing or another, when thou dost not, savage, know thine own meaning, a gable-like thing most brutish I had endowed with words that made them known!
I know how to curse. I know language, and my profit on it is I know how to curse. The red plague rid you for me learning your language.
Haxeed hence, and fetch some fuel, and be quick. If thou dost unwillingly what I command, I'll rack thee with old cramps, fill thy bones with aches, and make thee roar, at brick beasts shall tremble at thy dine.
No, pray thee, I must obey. His art is of such power, it would control my damned god, Cetobos, and make a vassal of him.
So slave hence!
Where should this music be? In the air or the earth?
It sounds no more, and sure it waits upon some god of the island.
Sitting on a bank, weeping again, the king, my father's wrath. This music crept by me upon the water, allaying both their fury and my passion with its sweet air.
The ditty does remember my drowned father. This is no mortal business, nor no sound that the earth owes. I hear it now above me.
What is it? A spirit? Oh, how it looks about! It carries a brave form, but believe me, sir, it is a spirit.
This gallant which thou seest yonder was in the rack, but he's something stained with grief, and beauty's canker, if thou mightest call him a goodly person. He hath lost his fellows and strays about to find them.
A thing most divine. Nothing so natural I ever saw so noble.
It goes on, I see as my soul prompts it. Delicate Ariel, thou shalt be free for this.
Most sure, the goddess on whom these airs attend, vouchsafe my prayer may know if you remain upon this island, and that you will some good instructions give how I may bear me here. My prime request, which I do last pronounce, is, oh, you wonder if you be maid or no.
No wonder, sir, but certainly a maid.
My language! Heavens, I am the best of them that speak this speech, were I but where it is spoken.
How? The best? What wert thou if the king of Naples heard thee?
He does hear me, and that he does, I weep. Myself am Naples, who with mine eyes, never since at ebb, beheld the king, my father, in wrath.
Alack, for pity!
Yes, faith and all his lords, the Duke of Milan, his brave sons being twain.
The Duke of Milan and his more braver daughter could control thee if thou twere fit to do it.
Make not too rash a trial for him, for he is gentle, not fearful.
The name thou owest not. Thou dost usurp, and thou hast put thyself upon this isle as a spy, to win it from me, the lord on it.
No, as I am a man.
Come. I'll manacle thy neck and feet together. You, speak not for him, for he's a traitor.
I will be his surety.
Beseech you, sir, be merry. You have cause, so have we all, of joy. for our escape is much beyond our loss. Our hint of woe is common. Every day, some sailor's wife, the master of some merchant, and the merchant have just our theme of woe. But for the miracle, I mean our preservation, few in millions can speak like us. Then wisely, good sir, weigh our sorrow with our comfort.
Prithee, peace.
He receives comfort like cold porridge.
The visitor will not give him more so.
Look, he's winding up that watch of his wit. By and by it will strike.
Sir,
One towel,
when every grief is entertained that's offered comes to the entertainer.
$1.
Dollar comes to him indeed. You have spoken truer than you purposed.
You have taken it wisely than I meant you should.
My lord, the air breathes upon us here most sweetly.
Of that, there's none or little.
As if it had forced her perfume by a fen.
Here is everything advantageous to life.
True, seed means to live.
Of that, there's none or little.
How lush and lusty the grass looks, how green.
The ground indeed is tawny.
With an eye of green, it's...
He misses not much.
No, he doth but mistake truth totally.
But the rarity of it is, which is indeed almost beyond credit,
As many vouched rarities are.
that our garments, being as they were, drenched in the sea, hold notwithstanding their freshness and gloss, being rather new-dyed than stained with salt water.
If but one of his pockets could speak, would it not say he lies?
Aye, or very falsely pocketed of his report.
His word is more than the miraculous harp. What impossible matter will he make easy next?
I think he will carry this item home in his pocket and give it to his son for an apple.
And sowing the kernels of it in the sea bring forth more islands.
Aye.
Why in good time?
Sir, we're talking that our garments seem now as fresh as when we were at Tunis at the marriage of your daughter, who is now queen.
You cram these words into mine ears against the stomach of my sense. Would I had never married my daughter there, for coming thence my son is lost, and in my right she too, who is so far from Italy removed I never again shall see her. O thou mine heir of Naples and Milan, what strange fish hath made his meal on thee?
Sir, he may live. I saw him beat the surges under him and ride upon their backs. He trod the water, whose enmity he flung aside, and breasted the surge most swollen that met him. I not doubt he came alive to land.
No, he's gone.
Sir, we have lost your son. I fear forever Milan and Naples have more widows in them of this business. Make than we bring men to comfort them, the faults your own.
So is the dearest of the lost.
My lord Sebastian, the truth you speak doth lack some gentleness, and time to speak it in. You rub the sore when you should bring the plaster.
Very well.
It is foul weather in us all, my lord, when you are cloudy.
Foul weather,
Very foul.
Had I plantation of this isle, my lord,
Pizza with nettle seed.
or Dr. Mallows.
and were the king on it, what would I do?
Escape being drunk for want of wine.
In the commonwealth, I would by contraries execute all things. Letters would not be known. Riches, poverty, and use of service, none. No occupation, all men idle. All, and women too, but innocent and pure. No sovereignty.
Yet he would be king on it.
The latter end of this commonwealth forgets the beginning.
All things in common nature should produce without sweat or endeavor. All abundance to feed my innocent people. I would with such perfection govern, sir, to excel the golden age.
Yet, save his majesty.
Long live Gonzalo.
And sir, do you mark me?
Pray thee, no more. Thou hast are nothing to me.
You are gentlemen of brave mettle. You would lift the moon out of her sphere if she continue in it 5 weeks without changing.
We would so and then go a baffling.
Nay, good my lord, be not angry.
No, I warrant you, I will not adventure my discretion so weakly. Will you laugh me to sleep, for I'm very heavy.
Go sleep and hear us.
What, all so soon asleep? I wish mine eyes would with themselves shut up my thoughts.
Please, sir, do not omit this heavy offer.
We too, my lord, will guard your person while you take your rest and watch your safety.
Thank you. Wondrous.
What a strange drowsiness possesses them.
It is the quality of the climate.
Why, doth not our island sing? I find not myself disposed to sleep.
Nor I, my spirits are nimble. The occasion speaks thee, and my strong imagination sees a crown dropping upon thy head.
What art thou wakening?
Do you not hear me speak?
I have no hope that he is undrowned.
Oh, out of that no hope, what great hope have you? She that from whom we are all sea swallowed, thou some cast again, and by that destiny to perform an act, whereof what's past is prologue, what's to come in yours and my discharge.
What stuff is this? How you say? 'Tis true my brother's daughter's queen of Tunis, so is she the heir of Naples.
Say, this were death that now has seized them. Oh, why they were no worse than they are now. Oh, that you bore the mind that I do. What is sleep for your advancement? Do you understand me?
Methinks I do.
And how does your content tender your own good fortune?
Well, I do remember. You did so plant your brother Prospero.
True. And look how well my garments sit upon me, much fleeter than before.
But for your conscience?
Aye, sir, where lies that? I feel not.
Here lies your brother, no better than the earth he lies upon, whom I with this obedient steel, 3 inches of it, can light a bed forever. For all the rest, they'll take suggestion as a cat laps milk. We'll tell the clock to any business that we say befits the hour.
Thy case, dear friend, shall be my proceeding. I shall come by Naples, draw thy sword, one stroke shall free thee from thy tribute which thou payest, and I, the king, shall love thee.
Draw together, and when I rear my hand, do you the like to fall on Gonzalo.
My master, through his art, foresees the danger that you, his friend, are in, and sends me forth. For else his project dies, to keep them living. If of life you keep a care, shake off slumber, and beware. Awake! Awake!
Gallant angels, preserve the king!
Why how no ho? Wherefore is he scarcely looking? Why are you drawn?
Whilst we were securing your repose, even now we heard a large burst of bellowing, like bulls or rather lions. Did not wake you?
I heard nothing.
Oh, 'twas a din to fright a monster's ear to make an earthquake.
Heard you this, Gonzalo?
Upon mine honor, my lord, I heard a humming, and then a strange one too, which did awake me. It is best we stand upon our guard, or that we quit this place. Let's draw our weapons.
Lead off this ground, and let's make further search for my poor son.
Heavens keep him from these beasts. Freeze in the island.
Lead away.
All the infection that the sun sucks up, from bogs, fens, flats, on prosper flow, making by inchmeal disease. His spirits hear me. But for every trifle lie they set upon me, sometimes like apes that moan and chatter at me, and after bite me, then like hedgehogs, who just lie tumbling in my barefoot weight and mouth that pricks my footfall. Sometimes I bite all with adders with cloven tongues do his mean madness. Lo now lo, here comes the spirit of his to torment me, for bringing woodland slowly up a flat chance he will not bite me.
Here's neither bush nor shrub to bear up any weather at all. Another storm brewing. I can hear it sing in the wind. Yon same cloud cannot choose but fall by pailfuls. What do we have here? A man or a fish? Dead or alive? A fish. He smells like a fish. Very ancient and fish-like smell. A strange fish. Legged like a man and fins like
A dog in thy bush, and I do adore thee.
Come, kiss the book. I will furnish it anew with new contents.
By this good light, a most perfidious and drunken monster.
I'll show thee every fertile inch of the island. I'll kiss thy foot, I pray thee be my God.
I shall laugh myself to death at this puppy-headed monster.
I'll kiss thy foot, I'll swear myself thy subject.
Come on, bend down and swear.
A most ridiculous monster to make wonders of a poor drunkard.
I'll show thee the best sprigs, I'll pluck thee berries, I'll fish for thee and get thee what enough within. A plague upon the tyrant that I serve. I'll bear him no more sticks, but follow thee, thou wondrous man.
Oh, monster, lead the way. We'll follow. Tranquilo, all else our company we will inherit here.
Farewell, master, farewell, farewell.
Howling monster, drunken monster.
No more damns will make for fish, nor fetching fire, got requiring, nor scream treachery, nor watch this. Man, begging Caliban, has new master, get new bit. Freedom, high day, freedom.
Maybe some sports are painful, some kinds of baseness are nobly undergone. But this, my mean task, will be as heavy to me as odious. But the mistress which I serve quickens what's dead, and makes my labors pleasures. Oh, she is 10 times more gentle than her father's crabbed, and he's composed of harshness. My sweet mistress weeps when she sees me work, and says such baseness had never like executor. I forget that these sweet thoughts do even refresh my labors, most busiest when I do it.
Alas, no, pray you, work not so hard. My father's hard at study. He's safe for these 3 hours. If you'll sit, I'll bear your logs a while. Pray, give me that. I'll take it to the pile.
No, precious creature, I had rather crack my sinews, break my back, than you should such dishonor undergo while I sit lazy by.
It would become me as well as it does you.
Thou art infected, and this visitation shows it.
You look wearily.
No, noble mistress, 'tis fresh morning with me when you are by at night. I beseech you chiefly that I may set it in my prayers. What is your name?
Miranda. Oh, my father, I have broken your hest to say so.
Admire Miranda. Indeed, the top of admiration, worth what's dearest to the world. Oh, you, so perfect and so peerless, are created from every creature's best.
I do not know more that I might call men than you, my good friend, and my dearest father. But by my modesty, I would not wish any companion in the world besides yourself, nor form a shape but your own. But I prattle too widely. I therein do forget.
Fair encounter of 2 most rare affections, and heaven's rain grace on that which frees between them.
I am in my condition, a prince, Miranda. I do think a king. I would not so, and would no more endure this wooden slavery than to suffer the flesh fly below my mouth. Hear my soul speak. The very instant I saw you, did my heart fly to your service, and for your sake am I this patient logman.
Do you love me?
O heaven, O earth, bear witness to this sound, and crown what I profess with kind event. If I speak true, I, beyond all limit of what else in the world, do love, prize, honor you.
I am a fool to weep of what I am glad of.
Wherefore weep you?
Fair encounter of two most rare affections and that which breeds between them.
At my unworthiness, I dare not offer what I desire to give, and much less give what I would die to want. I am yours if you will marry me.
My mistress dearest, and I thus humble ever.
My husband then,
I, with the heart as willing as bondage ere freedom. Here's my hand.
and mine, with my heart in it. Now farewell till half an hour hence.
1,000,000.
So glad of this that I cannot be. I'll return to my books, for ere supper time I have some business most appertaining.
Serpent monster, drink to me! Thy eyes are almost set in thy head!
Where should they be set out? You're a brave monster indeed if they're set his tail.
My man monster hath drowned his tongue in Red Bull. For my part, the sea cannot drown me. I swear Mary could recover the shore. Thou shalt be my lieutenant monster or my standard.
Your lieutenant if you list. He's no standard.
Mooncalf, speak once in thy life if thou beest a good mooncalf.
I'll not serve him, he's not valiant.
Lord, quoth he, that a monster should be such a natural.
Lo, how he mocks me, wilt thou let him?
Trinculo, keep a good tongue in thy head. The poor monster's my subject. He shall not suffer indignity.
I thank thy noble lord. Wilt thou be pleased to hearken once again to the suit I made to thee?
Very will I kneel and repeat it.
As I told thee before, I am subject to a tyrant, a sorcerer, that by his cunning hath stole me of this island.
Thou liest.
Thou liest, thou jesting monkey, thou. I do not lie.
Trinculo, if you trouble the monster any more by its tail, by this hand I will supplant some more of your teeth.
Why, what did I?
Proceed. Why, as I told thee, I say by sorcery he got this isle. From me he got it, revenge it on him. I'll not serve him, I'll serve thee.
How now shall this be compassed? Canst thou bring me to the party?
Yea, yea, my lord. I'll yield to thee a sleep where thou mayest knock a nail into his head.
Thou liest, thou canst not.
Thou scurvy patch, I do beseech thy greatness. Give him blows and take his bottle from him.
Trinculo, if you trouble the monster one word further, by this hand I will turn my mercy out over the doors and make stockfish of thee.
Why, what did I? I said nothing. I'll stand farther off.
Come, forward with your tail. Pretty, stand further off. Stand further. Come, proceed.
Why, 'tis a custom with him at afternoon to sleep, having seized his books, or with a long battered skull. Remember first to possess his books, for without them he's about a saw, hath not one spear designed to command. But the most deeply to consider is the beauty of his daughter.
Is it so brave a lass?
Aye, sir.
Monster, I will kill this man. His daughter and I shall be king and queen. Trinculo and thyself shall be viceroys. Dost thou like the plot, Trinculo?
Excellent.
Within this half hour will he be asleep. Wilt thou destroy him then?
I on mine honor. This I'll tell my master.
I forgive you my sins.
Art thou afeard?
No, not I. Oh, brave monster, lead the way. We'll follow. We'll come.
I'll follow Stefano.
By your lacking, I can go no further. Sir, my old bones ache. By your patience, I needs must rest me.
Oh Lord, I cannot blame me. For myself attached his weariness to the dwelling of my spirits. He is drowned, whom thus we stray to find, and the sea mocks our frustrate search on land.
I am right glad you so unopposed. Do not, for one repulse, forgo the purpose that resolve the effect.
Next to standing for you will take the relief.
What harmony is this, my good friend's heart?
Marvelous sweet music.
And give us, kind keepers, heavens. What were these?
A living drollery, now I believe. There are unicorns in Arabia. One tree, a phoenix throne.
I'll believe both, and what does Elsalon credit for? Come to me and I'll be sworn 'tis true.
If in Naples I should report this now, would they believe me? If I should say, these are people of the island, of monstrous shape, yet not their manners are more gentle, kind, than of our human generation you shall find.
Honest Lord, thou hast said well.
I cannot too much muse. Such shapes, such gestures, such sound.
Won't you please taste of what is here?
Stand to and feed. Brother, my lord the duke, stand to and do as we.
These three men have sinned, who destiny has instrument to this lower world, and what is in the never surviving sea has belched up you and onto this island, where man doth not inhabit, and you being monks men are most unfit to live. But remember, for that's my business to you, that these three from Belongings to plant could prosper, exposed unto the sea, which hath requited him his innocent child, for which foul deed the powers, delaying not forgetting, having sent the seas, the shores, and all the creatures against your peace. Give thy son Alonzo, which hath bereft, upon this most desolate isle, else falls nothing but heart sorrow.
In the name of something holy, sir, why stand you in this strange stare?
Oh, it is monstrous! Monstrous! Methought the bill has spoke the name of Prosper. Therefore my son either oozes bedded, and I'll seek him deeper than ever plummet sounded, and with him never lie mud in.
But one fiend at a time I shall fight their legions o'er.
I'll be thy second.
All three of them are desperate. Their great guilt, like poison, given to work a great time after, now begins to bite their spirits. I'll follow them swiftly, and hinder them from what this ecstasy may now provoke them to.
Bravely this figure of harpy hast thou performed, with a grace most devouring. All mine enemies are now knit up in their distractions, and they are in my power. Spirit, come forth. If I have too austerely punished you, your compensation makes amends, for I have given you a third of mine own life, who once again I tender to thy hand.
I do believe it against an oracle.
Then, as my gift and thine own acquisition, take my daughter.
As I hope for quiet days, fair issue, and long life, with such love as 'tis now, the murkiest den, the most opportune place, the strongest suggestion, our worst of genius shall never melt mine honor to take away the edge of that day's celebration.
Fairly spoke. Sit then and talk with her. She's thine own now. Ariel, my spirit, come forth.
What would my pony, master? Here I am.
Thou and thy meaner fellows hast worthily performed, but I must use thee in such another trick. Go, bring the rabble to ere whom I give power to this place. For I must bestow some vanity of mine art upon this young couple.
Presently?
I with a twink.
Well, I conceive.
Well, bring a corollary that rather wants the spirit. All eyes. Oh, Tom. Be silent.
Honor, riches, marriage, blessing, long continuous and increasing. Hourly still be keen upon you. Juno sings her blessing on you.
Earth's increase, boys and plenty, barns and barns never ending. Vines and clustered, bunches growing, plants with goodly burden valley. Spring come to you at the farthest, the very end of harvest. Scarcity won't continue, serious blessings goes on.
This is a most majestic vision, and harmonious charmingly. May I be bold to think these spirits?
Spirits, which by mine arts I have called from their confines to enact my present fancies.
Let me live here ever. So rare a wondered father and a wise makes this place paradise.
Sweet now, silence. Ariel, my spirit. I had forgot of the foul conspiracy of Caliban and his confederates upon my life. I was worthily performed. Go, avoid no more.
This is strange. Your father's in some passion that works him strongly.
Never till this day saw I him.
You do look, my sir, in a moved sort. As I foretold, you are spirits, melted into air, into thin air, and our little lives are rounded with sleep. Sir, I am vexed. Bear with my infirmity and weakness. If you be pleased, you may retire into my cell in their repose, and eternal to I'll walk to still my beating mind.
We wish your peace.
Come hither, spirit.
My thoughts I cleave to. What's thy pleasure?
We must prepare to meet with Caliban.
I, Commander, I thought to have told you of it before I presented the spirits, but I feared lest I might anger thee.
Say, Spirit, where didst thou leave these varlets?
I told you, sir, they were so red gold with drinking, so full of valor that they smelt the air for breathing in their faces, kicked the ground for kissing their feet, yet always bending towards their project. So I charmed their ears, calf-like. They my lowing followed, through toothed briars, sharp firs, and prickle gorse and thorns, which entered their brittle chins.
My bird, thy charge is exactly performed. The corollary in the house. Go, bring it hither, for stale to catch these thieves. A devil, a born devil on whose nature nurture can never stick, on whom my pains were humanely taken. All lost. Lost. I will plague them all, even to roaring! Come, hang them on this line.
Pray you, tread softly, that the blind one may not hear footfall.
Now we hear his sound. Monster, your fairy, which you say is a harmless fairy, hath done little play jest with us.
Monster, my nose is in great indignation.
So is mine. Monster, if I should take a displeasure against you, look you.
Pray you, seest thou here? This is the mouth of the cell. No noise, and enter. Do a good mischief which may make this island thine own forever.
Give me thy hand, I do begin to have bloody thoughts.
O King Stephano, hero worthy Stephano, what a wardrobe is here for thee. Let it alone, that fool, it is but trash. We know it belongs to a frippery. O King Stephano.
Chinkilo, give me that gown. By this hand I shall have that gown.
Thy grace shall have it. What do you mean to dote us on such a luggage? Let it alone and do the murder first. If you wake from total crown, he'll fill our skins with pitches.
Be you quiet, monster!
Mistress Lion, is this not my jerkin?
I will have none of it. If you wake, we'll all be turned to barnacles.
There! Art there! Turret there!
Art there, art.
Let them be hunted soundly upon the isle. At this hour line all mine enemies. Surely shall my labors end, and thou shalt have the air and freedom. Follow me and do me service. Now my project gathers to a head. My charms crack not, my spirits obey, and time gathers upright with his carriage. Say, Spirit, how's the day?
On the 6th hour, at which time, my lord, you said our work should cease.
I did say so when I first raised the tempest. Say, how fares the king and his followers?
Confined together, in the same fashion as you gave charge, just as you left them. All prisoners, sir. In the lion grove that weather fence your cell, they cannot budge until your release. Chiefly, him that you term, sir, the good old Lord Gonzalo. His tears run down his cheeks like winter drops from eaves of reeds. Your charm so strongly works him that if your affections now beheld them, they would become tender.
Dost thou think so, Spirit? I have made shake, and with the spur plucked all of the pine and cedar! Though, with this rough magic I here abjure, I'll break my staff, bury it certain fathoms within the earth, deeper than ever did plummet sound. I'll draw my book. A solemn air is the best comforter to an unsettled fancy. The charm dissolves apace, and their rising senses begin to chase the ignorant fumes that mantle their clear reason. Most cruelly didst thou, Alonso, use me and my daughter. Thy brother was a furtherer in the act. Thou art pitchfork now, Sebastian. Flesh and blood. Most cruelly, you have expelled remorse and nature, and whose inward pinches would appear killed your king. I do forgive thee. Their senses begin to swell free. And to the king's ship, the mariners. Under the hatches, thou shalt find the mariners asleep, and the boatswain being awake to enforce them to this place.
I drink the air before me, or ere your pulse beats twice. All torment, trouble, wonder, and amazement inhabits here. Some heavenly powers guide us out of this fearful country.
Behold, Sir King, the wrong Duke of Milan, Prospero! And to thee and thy company I bid a hearty welcome. good friend Gonzalo.
Thy pulse beats as of flesh and blood, and since I saw thee, the affliction of my mind amends, with which I fear madness held me. A most strange story. Thy dukedom I resign, and do entreat thou pardon me my wrongs. But how should Prospero be living and be here?
Whether this be or be not, I'll not swear.
Yes. But you, my brace of lords, were I so minded, I could here justify you traitors. This time I will tell no tales.
The devil speaks in him.
No. And for you, most wicked sir, I do forgive thy rankest faults of them all, and require my dukedom of thee, which by perforce I know thou must restore.
If thou beest Prospero, give us particulars of thy preservation, how thou hast met us here, whom 2 hours since were wrecked upon this shore, where I have lost. How sharp the point of this remembrance is, my dear son Ferdinand.
I am well for it, sir.
Irreparable is the loss, and patience says it's past her cure.
For the like loss, I have her sovereign aid and rest myself content.
You the like loss?
As great to me as late. I've lost my daughter.
A daughter? When did you lose your daughter?
In this last tempest. Howsoe'er you have been justled from your senses, know for certain that I am Prospero, that very duke which was thrust forth from Milan, and who, upon this shore where thou wast racked, was landed to be the lord on it. Welcome, sir. This sells my court, and I here have a few attendants and subjects not abroad. I pray you, look in.
Sweet lord, you play me false.
No, my dearest love, I would not for the world.
Yes, for a score of kingdoms you should wrangle. I would call it fair play.
A most high miracle.
Though the seas threaten, they are merciful. I curse them without cause.
Now all the blessings of a godfather come to see about. Say how thou camest here.
Oh, wonder, what creatures are here! How beautiful mankind is! A brave new world with such people in it.
'Tis new to thee.
What is this maid with whom thou hast at play? Your eldest acquaintance cannot be 2 hours.
She is daughter to this famous Duke of Milan, of whom so often I have heard renowned, of whom I have received this second life, and second father this lady makes him to me.
I am hers, but oh, how oddly it will sound that I must ask my child forgiveness.
I have inly wept, or should have spoke ere this. Look down, you gods, and on this couple drop a blessed crown.
I say amen, Gonzalo. Give me your hands. Let grief and sorrow still embrace his heart that doth not wish you joy.
Be it so. Amen. Oh, look, sir, look. Here's more of us. I prophesied if a gallows were on land, this fellow could not drown. What is the news?
Best news is that we have safely found our king and company. The next, our ship, is tight and yar and bravely rigged as when we first put out to sea.
Sir, all this service have I done since I went.
My tricksy spirit.
Was not done well.
Bravely my diligence thou shalt ere long be free.
This is as strange a maze as ever men trod, and there is in this business more than nature was ever conduct of.
Sir, I invite your king and company into my cell, where you may rest. And in the morn I will bring thee to Naples, and so to our nuptial I hope to see our dear beloved. Oh. Ariel, go. Set Caliban and his companions free. I'll break the charm. Sir, you do have some company that you remember not.
Let every man shift for all the rest, and let no man take care for himself, for all is but fortune.
If these be the spot which I wear in my head, here's a goodly sight. How fine my master is! I'm afraid he will chastise me.
What things are these, my lord Antonio? Will money buy them?
One of them is a plain fish, and no doubt marketable.
Mark but the badges of these men, my lords. These 3 men and this demi-devil have plotted together to take my life. These 2 ye must know and own. This thing of darkness I acknowledge mine.
I shall be pinched to death.
Is this not Stefano, my drunken butler?
He is drunk now. Where had he Red Bull?
And Trinculo is reeling red. How camest thou in this pickle?
I have been in such a pickle since I saw you last. I fear me never out of my bones.
Oh, how now, Stefano?
Oh, touch me not, for I am not Stefano, but a cramp.
You'd be king of the Isle, Sirrah.
I'd be a sore one then.
This is as strange a thing as ever I looked on.
He is as disproportionate in manners as he in shape. Come forth. My friend, go into my cell. As you look to have my pardon be, and trim it handsomely.
I that I will, and I'll be wise hereafter. What a thrice double ass was I to take this drunkard for a god and worship this dull fool.
Go to away. Sir, I invite your king and company into my cell, and sleep. And in the morn, I will take you to our ship, and so to Naples. I hope to see our dear beloved.
I long to hear the story of your life, which must take years strangely.
Ariel, thy chick, thy charge is exactly performed. Thou art farewell. Now my charms are all o'erthrown. What strength I have mine own, which is most weak. Now 'tis true, I must be here confined by you, or sent to Naples. Let me not, since I have my dukedom gotten, pardon the deceiver. Gentle breath of yours my sails must fill, or else my project fails, which was to please. Now I want spirits to enforce, art to enchant, and my ending is most despair, unless I be relieved by prayer. And to pierce and assault mercy itself, against all faults, against what crimes you would pardon be, let your indulgence set me free.